Most people don't think magic is real. When they hear the word, they think of things like parlor tricks and fairy tales. For a certain group of teenagers, however, they know there's much more than that. Magic is as real to them as the air they breathe, and they are finally starting to get the hang of it. Welcome to A Touch of Magic, a Basic Witches one-shot set in the world of the Graveyard Tapes. Basic Witches is an indie TTRPG written by Alicia Furness about teenage witches learning how to control their powers while navigating the challenges of growing up. Some modifications have been made to fit the world of the Graveyard Tapes, of course, because in that world, magic is a messy thing. It's time to meet our players. So, who would like to introduce yourself and your character first?
I want to.
By all means.
My name is Taylor, but I like to go by Tay. And my parents are plant people, and I just want to read cards.
And who are you as a person?
I'm kind of not really a rebel, but I do agree with my parents. I like them. They're very nice to me. I'm not super popular in school, but I do good. I think I probably like giving people advice and things like that. I think I'm probably seen as a friendly person, but when the cards come out, you better be ready.
Now the person playing the character. Introduce yourself. That was great. I'm just like, I like this actually. Just keep going.
That was unnecessary. My name is Robin. I represent Psychonautia, a small business that I run doing freelance sound design. I work as a welder fabricator as my day job, and I do some technical audio work for the Graveyard Tapes.
You make awesome music?
I make awesome music. Also, I am a musician.
All right, who's next?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
Roll the d6.
Okay, yeah, roll off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 2.
Did you? You didn't.
Did you get ones again?
Both?
I got a 2.
I'm getting rid of those ones. Go ahead, Angela.
Did y'all both get 2 ones?
I only rolled 1.
No, I got double 2s.
Okay.
Like, I got a 2 when I rolled the first one, and just now I rolled a second die, and it was a 2 also.
I rolled one of them, and it was a 1, so I'm changing. You talk, I'll search.
Hi, so, my name is, Frankie Whitehall. Don't call me Francesca. I don't like it. But that's my name, though. I really, really like books, and I use those for my magic, and, I talk to animals a lot. I'm not that outgoing. I mean, books are my best friends.
Do you have cats?
No, I'm allergic.
Oh, I was going to ask if you talk to them.
No, when I do talk to cats, they're really kind of uppity, you know? Just nose in the air, they're divas.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
That's beautiful, and it's staying in. Because guaranteed that's a conversation that's happened between y'all before.
Anyway, as a player, I am Angela Dumog. I am the voice of Zero Day in the Graveyard Tapes. I'm also part of the writing and editing team. I do some art for the Graveyard Tapes, which is still in progress. I'm also one of the hosts of Dungeon Signings and Dorks, which is a podcast. I do art stuff. And yeah.
It's hard to think about yourself, isn't it?
It is.
I always forget things.
I want you to go first so I can try and think of what I am.
Aside from awesome.
Well, now it's your turn.
Dang it. Okay. Well, Missy Goodman is the femme from the other side of the tracks. She's just like, whatever. And like, I mostly use divination through crystals. Like, I learned from my mom. And like, it's just like, she's so smothering. It's annoying, but whatever. I'm dealing with it. I'm me, you know? But all these crystals that I wear, they're not just decorations, so don't just treat me like some Christmas tree or whatever. I'm tired of that nickname, okay? So, sorry I got carried away.
I just thought you were sparkly like one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, whatever. Anyway, yeah. And in real life, I am Rick the Whitebird. I'm a musician. You can find me as Rick the Whitebird. I play Threadripper on the Graveyard Tapes and along with others.
We're trying to keep the pixies out of this.
Yep.
They keep knocking at the door, though.
I have to admit, sometimes my voice is going up a little bit.
Well, you know, it's hard to resist. Oh, wait, I'm not allowed in here.
Sorry.
Shoo, Zero, get out.
Sorry.
I should probably introduce myself too. I'm Brianna Jean. I am the Chaos Wrangler for this particular section of story. I am also podcast producer and DM for Board of the Apple Star and Tempest Multi-Monster of the Week thing. And I also do Disciples of the Eight and just too many things. I also voice Jackie Smoke on the Graveyard Tapes and Kira and several other unnamed characters.
That's probably the longest intro I think I've ever heard altogether.
Let's do reverse order this time. How did Missy discover her magic? Or where does it come from?
I mostly use like divination through the crystals that I wear. So my mom, once I started seeing auras when I was a little girl, like I thought it was pretty cool. And I said, Mommy, why are you magenta? And she's like, oh my gosh, you have the touch. And it was just so embarrassing. I mean, I didn't think it at the time because I was just like so little or whatever. You don't want to hear that part. So she's a fortune teller in her spare time, but like she actually has actual magic. She just doesn't like to acknowledge it. So it's just like, I've been kind of teaching myself a lot, and Frankie and Tay have been a lot of help too. So it's just whatever. I go with my gut. I feel things, and, you know, sometimes the crystals glow and I grab them and I see it. So it's just like, it's been that way since I was a kid. I started collecting them and it's just been like a total, like, whatever. Anyway.
So Frankie, where's your magic come from?
Okay, so I was in the library, like I am a lot. And so I went looking for this book and someone left this piece of paper in the book. So I had to read it. I had to see what they left in the book. And, well, I looked at it and it said, congratulations on obtaining magic. And then suddenly, poof, it was gone. And just suddenly I had magic. And sometimes more cards show up and they tell me secrets. And, you know, usually if I respond to those secrets, like I figure something else out. It doesn't always work, but usually it does.
It's like all of a sudden you had magic. I was just like,
It was really confusing.
At least the auras just kind of like slowly appeared.
Did you say cards?
Well, more like, you know, those 3x5 note cards that you put notes on and for Flash Heart.
Index cards?
Well, there's sometimes scraps of paper and sometimes they're index cards, but
Post-it notes?
yeah, it was a sticky note once. But mostly the magic comes from the books. It's just sometimes the books have the notes in them.
And where does Taylor's magic come from?
So, my parents are naturopathic physicians, and they have been trying to insinuate the existence of magic, but they've been doing a really far too subtle job. And I didn't get clued in until I did a reading for a very odd gentleman. He must have liked my reading because he came back with a new deck and he said, "You know, you're not supposed to get your own deck. So here's one that I have for you and it should help." And I have been using it. And he was right. It does help. But my parents genetically gifted me with magic and didn't tell me hard enough, if that makes sense.
No, I totally get it. Like, I got my gift from mom. Gift, if you can call it that, whatever. I do sometimes, but it's just like, whatever. And I got my gift from mom, and she was just like so excited and couldn't wait to tell me about how to tell people's fortunes. I'm just like, not about that.
You two are so lucky.
What, your parent? Oh yeah, that's right. Your parents don't like have any magic, do they?
No, I guess my great aunt once removed or something. I don't know. Like, she's some distant old lady relative. She got messed up with something with magic, and like I don't know how. Now she's in jail or something, and well,
Totally wicked.
they're pretty sure she's crazy, so I can't really tell them.
So like, you haven't like told your parents or anything? Still?
No, I haven't told them yet. I mean,
How much pushing do you like need? It's just honey bear. Whatever, I mean, your life is yours and it's just whatever.
Do you think that they would be accepting?
well, considering they think that relative is crazy for saying that there was magic involved as, you know, kind of part of her.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I'm back on your
Yeah.
side. Keep your mouth shut and like wait till you're like
Yeah.
moved out and stuff and just keep it tight-lipped or whatever.
Yeah, I don't need them thinking I'm crazy.
Been there. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is a common conversation with y'all because somehow y'all were able to figure out that the others had magic and you banded together and you come up with excuses to hang out on the weekends so you can keep trying to figure it out on your own because it's not like there's a lot of people that can help.
It's easy to find excuses because like you just go up to someone's house and you say, "It's for school." And they're like, "Oh, okay, here's my kid."
That's a chum scrubber reference.
Yes, it is.
I got that.
Thank you.
Also, y'all are in high school. At least one of you has a car, and I don't know. Do you all have your licenses?
I do. My parents, they're nice, but, you know, sometimes when you want to go to the library, it's easier to just go instead of having to ask for a ride. And, well, you know, yeah, I mean, my car is a bit of a beater, but at least it's something to get me to the library.
Yeah, at least you like got a car. I mean, license. I've got a bus pass. It's whatever.
Bus pass will get you us places.
It'll get me most places, you know, but like, ugh, buses, people. You just put on a pair of headphones, like especially oversized ones, and like a dog collar with spikes on it, and nobody will talk to you, and it's awesome.
Brilliant.
Tay, how do you get around?
My parents have this stupid flowery Volkswagen bus.
Totally retro.
It's retro, but it's super clean. And it's got high miles, but it still runs really well. But it's like painted blue with like flowers on it. They let me drive it every now and again, but you know, I don't like it, so I don't.
It's just because you're weird, man. I mean, like, whatever. Whatever.
You're calling me weird, but you should listen to my mom talk about vitamins.
You're probably right. So, okay. I concede the victory, whatever the line is.
I would probably believe her a lot more if she actually got her information about vitamins from, medical journals and stuff like that.
Well, she has some medical books, but she also has some weird books, and she talks about it weird. To be fair, my parents are really astoundingly healthy and high energy, so maybe there's something to that, but I don't care about aloe vera erroneous.
So there's this book that I gave Tay's mom, and I think it was the one that you said she really liked or whatever. It was like, I was originally looking at herbs, but then I found out that Tay's mom and dad were doing like herbs and stuff, and I'm like, well, the hell with that. So it's just like, I turned to the first chapter and it's about picking herbs, and you go to the center of the swarm. What do you call a bunch of flowers? A swarm? A flock? What do you call it?
A grove?
Maybe? A garden?
A garden? Sounds appropriate.
So you go to the center of the garden and just like sit down and like, I don't know, meditate or whatever. And then you find the grandmother plant. Like, that's what the book said. Ugh, I keep switching into Tay's accent. It's really annoying.
You need to talk like
Need
you're
to talk.
just
Okay.
really relaxed.
So, there we go. So, you need to talk. Nope, talk. You need to find the grandmother plant. Who's breathing?
Oof.
I am.
Oh,
I think we all are
everyone's
breathing. To be fair.
Sorry. This is actually a true story, by the way. So you go to the center of the garden and you find the grandmother seed. Ask her permission to take one of her children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren or whatever. And if she gives it, then you are allowed to take from that flock of this garden. Like I said, I don't know what it's called, whatever. And if not, then you have to move on to the next flock of garden. That's going to be the name of my next band, by the way, Flock of Garden. Our hit single is going to be Grandmother Seed.
Are you talking about flower beds?
Yeah, that thing. Oh my gosh. Why couldn't I think of that? Ugh. But yeah, true story. I have that book.
I just recently read a gardening book. It just took a little while for me to connect.
Well, if you don't like it, then just like hand it to Tay's mom or whatever.
I don't know, it was interesting, but it was more about like growing flowers and not so much about flower magic or anything like that.
You can't do flower magic. It's herbal magic. Oh my gosh. Just like read a book. Oh. Look who I'm talking to. Read a book. Oh my gosh.
I did read a book. I mean, I've got more here I could read.
Maybe I'll lend you the book that I gave to Tay's mom.
You can't lend it to me if it's already hers.
You're right. Maybe she'll... Shut up. Whatever.
Sorry.
I'm just sitting here like, y'all don't even need me. This is very entertaining, though.
Whew. This is so much fun already.
The way I'm picturing it is whenever you have your, like, full-on, like, magic practice sessions, you get dinner somewhere and then pretend to go to the movies, but you actually go to one of the abandoned buildings near the movies, because those are really good places to practice magic and not get a lot of questions.
Stay away from blockbusters. That was a Graveyard Tapes reference!
The second y'all considered that, Frankie got a note in her book that just said no.
The magic doesn't like that idea.
Okay, or whatever.
What restaurant are y'all at? Y'all going out for like pizza, burgers? What are you doing?
4 chicks.
4 chicks, burgers, and...
Lies.
4 chicks, burgers, and shakes.
mozzarella sticks?
You got a burger to go with that shake. That was Little Rascals, thank you very much.
I've been catching most of your references, but I didn't get that one.
Hey, Dollface. You got a burger to go with that shake?
Oh,
It's when Spanky was dressed up as a girl.
The ballet scene.
Ballet scene.
So y'all are sitting around talking about magic stuff, and you hear 2 booths over, someone is talking to one of the waitresses. Y'all have been noticing for a while, there's something weird about this waitress. You would say she seems twitchy, but she moves a little too fast.
Okay.
Like, flustered?
Like, you're not entirely sure when she got from behind the counter to at your table.
I thought you had to go, like, around that corner to get from that side to this side.
Dude, there's a coffee shop that my mom goes to sometimes or walks past. They have like a barista or whatever you call them, the coffee makers. It's not a coffee maker, it's a person that makes the coffee.
Barista.
It is barista.
Yeah, it's barista. But she just like, she seems to like float through stuff. She's so friggin' hyper.
I have an idea. Can I talk to the waitress?
Well, the waitress is currently talking to someone else right now, but you can when she's done. As she's talking to this person, you overhear they seem to be talking about needing to find a missing artifact. Something that was stolen from someone who didn't know what it is because some power-hungry idiot decided to mess with something they didn't understand.
Well, that like perks up my ears.
There's a mention of they weren't originally hired to find this, but a friend called in a favor, and also they realized things could get messy. So the person in the booth asks the waitress to keep an eye out and let them know if they hear anything, and mentions they're going to go talk to one of their shifter friends. And then they get up and leave, and the waitress...
Put me on the nose. Put me on the nose.
Cat attack.
She knows she's on camera, so she won't do it.
Like I told you, the cats are divas.
At least I talk to my cats.
I tried to talk to the cats, but they're divas. They don't like me.
Gosh, I'm like totally with you. It's just like I try and talk to my mom's cats sometimes, and they're just like nee, 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 nee.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, there's a waitress who's...
She's coming up to your table to check on you. I just got distracted by the cat in the middle of that sentence.
You said she seems like she's flustered or zipping around, sort of?
She does seem a little flustered by that conversation, but she moves really fast. You look away for a second and then look back and she's right at your table. How are y'all doing? Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, do I have any money?
I would assume so.
Can I have...
I've got it, okay? I've got it. Fine, I got it.
Well, if she's got it, can I have an extra large coffee?
Are you serious right now? Whatever, I got it.
You said you got it, and it's for a reason. While she's walking away, I pay very close attention to how the waitress moves.
Coffee at this time of the night. This is stupid or whatever.
Like, is there a skipped space, or is it just she's just moving really fast, or...
Roll with knowledge.
Ooh, I haven't statted out yet.
Oh yeah, we need to stat out. I was just looking at those.
The stats is what you add to the roll. And if you roll plus craft and you're casting something with the focus you chose, you add an extra +1. If you do it with anything else, it's just plus craft.
Oh, okay. So 0, 1, 2, and 3. I've got 0 popularity because I just don't care. My life force, I'm going to put at a 3.
Did you say life force?
That's vigor.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to switch knowledge and vigor, actually.
So craft is just regular 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Craft is witchy power 0, 1, 2, or 3.
0, 1, 2, or 3. But crafting with your implement is +1.
So you have your craft score for you specifically. If you're doing something magic with your tarot cards, you get a +1.
Oh. Say I'm using my crystals and my craft. Could I get +4?
There's the kind of magic that you're good at, like divination. If you're using that and you're also using the implement you're best with, then you get a +1 for each.
Ooh, you get a +1 for each?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a 5 on knowledge.
Well, that's more of if you're casting a spell. This is just kind of you watching.
I'm just watching.
While I have you add a character, is it okay if I Google divination real quick? I remember like what it is basically, but do you have a succinct...
Seeing the future,
Okay, that's what I thought.
possible things that could happen.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If you're talking in the terms of various game systems, divination can consist of predicting the future or seeing or hearing events that are far away.
So could I use it to like eavesdrop?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've heard it described as really high insight before.
The way I see divination is like you're saying a possibility, and the higher you roll is the closer to what will happen, but also there's a difference between if you're looking at something that's like about to happen versus something that's going to happen in a couple of days.
Got it, okay.
So if you rolled high enough on divination, would it be tantamount to clairvoyance?
Depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to divine a conversation that someone just walked into a room to have that hasn't started yet.
That would be more like mind reading then.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about they're having a conversation in the other room.
Someone walks into another room to have a conversation, but you divine before they do it. Since that's something that is very near, you can get a clear picture of what's going to happen.
But it's not clairvoyance.
Not quite.
So the purposes of this game, divination is specifically seeing future events.
Cool beans.
Yeah, or possible future events, depending on how good your roll is.
Okay.
And it might be kind of fuzzy.
Suggestion is my thing with tarot. So is it just classic suggestion? My cards say this, maybe you should do this?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. All right, I'll ask about usage if it comes up.
In
Yeah.
my opinion, you should up your popularity for power over your peers.
I have 0 vigor, 1 craft, 2 popularity, and 3 knowledge.
Oh, then that's fine. I have 0 popularity, 1 knowledge, 2 vigor, 3 craft.
I've got mine sitting at 0 vigor, 1 popularity, 2 craft, and 3 knowledge.
Nice.
Seems reasonably well-rounded.
Yeah.
Does anybody have higher than 2 vigor?
Vigor,
No.
I've got 2. No, that's it.
Okay.
Because we're young yet, okay? Dude, I mean, like, Chicky, whatever.
I'm like just a 17-year-old girl, and I just read cards.
Yeah, me too, okay. Wait, what month were you born in?
Okay, back to the story.
Waitress, going to get coffee. What do I see with a 5?
With a 5, you do notice she kind of seems to float through the table a little bit. As you're watching, you feel like she has another couple steps to get around to the counter, but she doesn't.
So is it like a mind trickery, or am I noticing that she's like straight skipping steps and blinking?
You aren't sure.
Fair. Hey guys, girls, I think there's something up with the waitress, and also maybe we should talk to the booth next to us.
Well, like, isn't that like a little presumptuous and weird? Okay, so is it guys or is it girls or is it adults or who's in that booth?
It was single person, adult, I'm gonna say male, and he got up and left.
Oh, dash it all.
After he said he was gonna go talk to one of his shifter friends.
Oh.
Which, why are you going to talk to your shifty friend?
I've got this, yeah. Okay. When she comes back, let's start talking about, like, how shifty friends can be. Or whatever, okay?
Okay.
I have an idea when the waitress comes back with my extra large coffee.
God, you had to get the extra large.
Which I didn't say if I wanted creamer or not.
Holy cow.
It's only 50 cents more.
That's my 50 cents.
I'll get you back. I'll do you a free tarot reading.
Is that even really a good idea?
Probably not.
No.
Because if you do a tarot reading on me, I'll do a divination on you, okay? On your parents.
You will find that I am suggesting that you buy me more coffee.
Phooey. Ugh. Gosh, okay.
I pull out the sun out of my deck and feel like you should be happy about that.
I'm not happy. Can I roll to resist it?
Roll plus craft.
That was 100% roleplay. No,
I want to resist it, though.
Roll plus craft to see if it happens anyway.
1 plus craft plus implement would be 3.
So with a 3, you can fail or you can succeed at the cost. Which do you want to do?
Do I get to decide the cost?
I get to decide the cost.
I give her a 25-cent piece. That pays for the next extra half of a large.
Fine, whatever.
Let's focus, guys.
Gals?
Girls.
Can you, like, use the proper terminology? I'm really tired of being called guys all the time. Like, my dad. Ugh.
If it's your dad thing, I get it.
It's a my dad thing. Like, whenever I go see him, he just says, hey guys. Even though I'm the only one in the room, it's just like, I'm not a guy.
So, is the waitress back with my coffee yet? Like...
Hi, here's your coffee. And she's just there.
I...
That was really fast.
Shifters, man. Shifters are so shifty. It's like shifting and shiftering and...
Her eyes snap to you when you start saying that.
I just scratched the back of my neck and just like, what? Shifter. What? You heard nothing? Yeah, friends. Shifter friends.
Roll plus popularity.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's really, like, straight out.
That's a 5.
What are you attempting to do with this?
Convince her that we're in the know and we're like part of the crew and we're just like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Do a wink.
Do a little babe wink, open mouth and everything. It's weird.
Subtle.
She seems a little caught off guard, but as you keep going, she's just like, Oh, so you guys must be new in town. We don't usually get new magicians in. What are y'all here for?
Tay, you want to take this?
I was just here for coffee, I say as I put back a reversed fool from my deck. I say, we are looking for some information and got the impression that you might have some of that and maybe we can help.
Like, especially about, like, the shifter stuff. Like, I'm so into the culture. Like, holy cow. Like, you don't even know. Whatever.
I am mad dogging Missy right now. Like, subtlety?
Here I am just like staring and just shell-shocked that it actually worked.
She gives Missy a pitying, like, oh, you must be a new one. Also, roll plus craft, Taylor.
1, so that's 3.
Do you want to succeed at a cost, or do you want to have it fail?
Can I support her?
I want to succeed at cost.
You can attempt to also suggest if you would like to try and roll plus craft.
Can I take what I just rolled? When I thought it was me?
No.
I will allow it.
It's a 5. I like this die.
Okay. It also fits that you were helping because you added on. Also, this waitress is nearing the end of her shift and she's tired. You can't tell she's vibrating slightly.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's whatever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What are y'all looking for? How can I help?
We are interested in talking to or getting in touch with some of the local shifters and don't really know where to find them.
Also, I was reading a book about some artifacts.
Oh, yeah, there's been talk about an artifact going missing. The shifters actually are not that hard to find. You know that car garage place down the road?
There's like 40 of them, but yeah. What's it called? Do you know the name of it? Like, seriously, this is like Car Shop Row.
Yeah, it's the one here's place. You can find all the shifters.
Oh, yeah, that one by Goodyear. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to use brand names.
Good day.
Good day.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I've taken my car there before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's where most of them hang out.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular I should, like, talk to you about, like, the whole, shifter thing?
If you just go in and ask for a manager, they'll get you Gina and tell her what you're looking for. She'll help you.
Gina or Dina?
She's the leader. Gina with a G.
Gina with a G?
Gina with a G?
For a while, I thought that was her last name. Apparently, I just wasn't paying all that much attention. I have a really bad habit of that.
I know this is, like, unsolicited advice, but you might want to think of switching to decaf.
Seriously? It's...
Oh, I did!
What? I mean, then maybe nothing? Decaf is just like decaffeinated. It's not no calf. I mean...
I didn't have time for coffee this morning.
Yeah, me neither.
I had faction stuff to deal with before work.
Well, like, maybe try and just, like, take it easy, do some self-care, and then I pull a reversed temperance.
Valium.
What are you attempting to do? Roll plus craft.
It's just benign. Just trying to improve somebody's life right now. 6.
She does seem to calm down somewhat, and you notice she shrinks a couple of inches.
Oh! Wait. What just... did you just, like, reduce person on this person or whatever?
I didn't try to.
Well, you obviously did.
I just suggested maybe take it easy for a day. Let's go check out that parking garage with my extra large coffee with no creamer.
I don't think it's a parking garage. Oh my gosh. It's not a parking garage. It's a car garage. There's a difference, okay? Tay? Sorry. I'll chill out.
I'm sorry, do you drive around in this garage all day long?
It's not a garage. It's a mechanic shop. Gosh.
You said, can we go? I want to go. I'll take my coffee and go.
Listen, just...
Here's your checks. You didn't notice when she went and grabbed the check and, like, the coffee pot is gone.
Can I see if I notice what's going on here? Something is definitely weird. I want to see if I can figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, roll plus knowledge.
Plus knowledge, that's a 7, actually.
You've been studying magic for a while, trying to make sense of it. You're not sure of all the things you've read, what's real, what's not. You're starting to piece it together. And you've read of these magical beings that tend to be more high energy, the Fae. And something about this way this person moves, the way they talk, some of the other behaviors you may have noticed off and on, that's what you think of. But you also know Fae are really good at disguising themselves.
Does she have a name badge on her?
Yeah. It just says Terry, with an I. And she's just standing there holding out the checks.
Fine, I'll take it. Gosh, I got it.
I just straight point at Missy.
I'm paying for mine.
No, Frankie, I got it this time. It's whatever.
Okay.
No guilt or anything. I'm sorry. I'm trying to control. Hang on a second. And I blow on one of my crystals to bring calming over myself. I'll take care of the checks.
Alright, here you go.
Thanks.
Don't look fine in the garage, and she just buzzes off.
I'm getting up and going toward the door.
Pain.
You have an extra 25 cents.
And Frankie, what are you doing with your recent realization? Because also, with that high roll, you probably pieced together shapeshifter? Those aren't real, are they?
Yeah, I'm busy mentally putting puzzle pieces together, but I am kind of staring at Terry. I'm basically trying to see if I can figure out the disguise at this point. I might actually, pull out one of my books. I've got a little pocket handbook. Trying to figure out, okay, it's disguises. How do I see through disguises?
We could stretch the definition of divination to see if you can figure it out, if you would like to try that.
Oh, so we have 2 diviners right now?
I'm trying to cast through my book.
You can try and cast anything, but if it's not your main one, then you don't get an extra +1.
Ah.
You can try the other magics, it's just you aren't as good at it.
So it's suggestion.
Mind reading, invisibility, divination, potions, creature speech.
Does a shifter count as a creature?
Only when they're in their creature form?
Yeah, only when they're in their animal form.
Yeah, so I'm basically trying to use my book to help me do some divination.
You are divining the truth about something.
Yes, I am trying to divine the truth.
Divine the truth.
I'm trying to divine the truth with the power of books.
Yeah.
How does assisting work in this engine?
I don't know if it's supposed to.
Well, if you communicate to us, then maybe I can heavily assist since divination is my thing.
Well, also, you have your plus craft, and then you have a +1 because you're using books, so I don't think you can fail. You cannot succeed as well, but I don't think you can fail.
Since I'm mostly trying to puzzle it out and I don't want to give away that I'm trying to figure her out, I don't think I'm telling anybody just yet what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will roll that.
Oh,
That's a 4 on the die, 2 from craft, and 1 from book.
nicely done.
Thank you.
As you're like looking from your book and looking up, and then you look at the book and you look up, and then you look at the book and you look up again, for a second you can see through the glamour.
Oh.
So you see she's shorter than you thought she was, and you thought she was pretty short, and also she has wings.
So what do you say? She's like 2 feet tall and hovering in the air with them wings just moving a mile a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not massaging my throat to get 0 day out of here. 0 day. I'm at Ripper.
No. 0 days over here.
And you're trying to get negative zero out too. God, that was so good. That was so tricky though. Bad. Out. 0 out.
Fine.
Fine, but you didn't say that Thread Ripper had to go.
Try Ripper, I need you to go away too.
Whatever. I mean, like, whatever.
You can be the next one shot, I promise.
Crew brain.
Crawl, card, brain, card. We
So,
are ruining this.
my question... No, I love it. My question for Frankie is, how are you reacting when you see through the glamour?
I probably drop my book and very quickly pick it up and turn around and walk out.
I'm already halfway to the door at this point.
What the hell, Frankie? I was at the table, like, putting money on there, and I see Frankie drop her book. I'm like, what the hell, Frankie? Like, what are you doing? You dropped a book. Something's wrong.
Yeah, yes, I dropped my...
Come on. You can, like, confide in me.
We should probably talk about this where people can't see us or hear us.
Okay, whatever.
Because people hear with their eyeballs too, I guess.
You're right, but
Lip reading.
you have a point.
Well,
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm at this point probably at the door opening it. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, leaving.
I left money, I grabbed Frankie's book, and I'm pushing her towards the door. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
A Touch of Magic is a tabletop game set in the world of the Graveyard Tapes and run by Brianna Jean. The system used is Basic Witches, a 2-page indie TTRPG designed by Alicia Furness. The players include Angela Dumalog, Robin, Rick the Whitebird, and Dustin Gray. Production assistance by Brianna Jean and Robin.